Have you ever felt that the universe is trying to tell you something? As if suddenly there were subtle signs appearing in your life, stirring you in a way you can't explain? Imagine perceiving these signs not only around you, but in your very appearance. There are invisible forces that reflect your spiritual growth in every detail of your body. Today, let's uncover together these powerful signs that can transform your journey and reveal a new stage in your awakening. When we undergo true spiritual growth, the first signs often appear in unexpected places, and the eyes are like portals that capture and reflect these changes. Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt that your own gaze was different, as if it were transmitting something beyond you? It may seem subtle, but this transformation goes beyond the surface. With spiritual awakening, your gaze becomes deeper and more intense, carrying a special glow, a light that draws attention and even transmits calm to those who cross your path. It is in these small details that your spirit begins to overflow outwards, manifesting the changes taking place within you. This renewed and vibrant gaze is not just aesthetic, it is capable of seeing the world in a new way. Intuition is strengthened, and emotions, which were previously only felt, are now perceived more clearly. Many people report that by looking into other people's eyes, they can pick up on what words don't say, a hidden sadness, a disguised joy, or even the truth behind intentions. This gift of seeing beyond appearances grows with spiritual awakening and allows you to establish truer and deeper connections. What was once a simple meeting of eyes now becomes an exchange of energies, as if, through your eyes, you were touching the soul of those around you. And the curious thing is that it's not just others who notice this change, but you too begin to perceive yourself differently. It may be that, when you look in the mirror, you feel a new respect and an inner peace that you perhaps didn't know existed. It's as if your gaze becomes a window into your own spirit, and, as you look at yourself, you feel the depth of what you have become on your journey. This is one of the most striking moments of awakening, when you feel that there is something more in you, a more intense light and a clearer truth. This is when your gaze begins to reflect not just your appearance, but your essence. This transformation in the gaze, however, also brings a certain challenge, because seeing with such intensity can be a little overwhelming. Suddenly, you begin to perceive energies and intentions that were previously unnoticed, and this can be confusing or even painful. It can be difficult to deal with this amount of subtle information, especially in environments full of intense emotions. But at the same time, you feel that this gift is part of your calling, a way of being more present and aware. Spiritual awakening brings with it this ability to see beyond, and with it, the responsibility to deal with what is revealed. So, as your gaze changes, you find yourself more connected to everything around you, and also to yourself. Each glance becomes an opportunity to learn, to feel the depth of life, and to cultivate a new relationship with existence itself. This is just one of the signs that your spiritual growth is on the move, and that even greater changes are to come. When the spirit awakens and internal energy rises, it is often the skin that begins to respond to this transformation in unexpected ways. The skin is the body's largest organ, and not by chance, it is also a sensitive boundary between our inner self and the outside world. Have you ever noticed changes in the texture of your skin, small bouts of sensitivity, or even a stronger reaction to certain environments and people? This phenomenon is more common than it seems during spiritual growth. As the body begins to align with a higher frequency, it needs to adapt, and the skin, being so receptive, ends up reflecting this process. Many people report, for example, that during phases of intense spiritual growth, unexplained rashes or redness appear. These signs can be accompanied by a feeling that the skin is more alive, even picking up on the subtle energies around it. Suddenly you feel more sensitive to touch, environments, or even your own emotions, which seem to manifest physically on your skin. It's as if it starts to act like an antenna, responding to its surroundings and translating into sensations what was previously only felt on an emotional level. This sensitivity has a lot to do with the expansion of your energetic perception. When you begin to pick up and connect with energies that were previously unnoticed, your skin reacts to this new intensity. Imagine, for example, a scenario where you meet someone who is not vibrating at the same frequency as you. This energy can be felt by your skin, like a shiver or tension. This kind of reaction is a reminder that the body is tuning in to a new level of perception, becoming more sensitive to vibrations and environments. What may seem like a strange reaction on the skin is actually a reflection of your openness to the energetic world. Another curious thing about this change is that it is usually accompanied by a desire for more cleansing and purification, whether through herbal baths, essential oils, or even simple rituals with water and salt. The skin, as a direct channel for absorbing and releasing energies, seems to demand more care and protection when we are going through these transformations. Practicing energy cleanses and even meditations aimed at protecting the auric field can help a lot. The skin is adjusting to its new state, and this care works as a way of welcoming and protecting this process. However challenging it may be to deal with these changes, remember that they are a natural part of spiritual growth. The skin adapts, yes, but it also teaches us to take better care of ourselves and to respect our sensitivity. This phase is an invitation to embrace the connection between body and spirit, to listen to what the skin wants to tell us and at the same time, to open up to a new level of perception. Soon, other signs will begin to appear, showing how your body as a whole is seeking to align itself with this new frequency. During spiritual awakening, the physical body inevitably undergoes changes as it tries to adapt to new energetic frequencies. And one of the most impacted areas can be weight and the relationship with food. Perhaps you've noticed that your eating habits have started to change without explanation, or that your weight has fluctuated, either up or down. These transformations are not just biological, they are also a response of the body to the spiritual alignment that is unfolding in you. Appetite, for example, can become unstable. At one time you feel an intense need for specific foods, such as fresh fruit or raw food. At other times, you seem to have lost interest in heavy or industrialized foods. When the body tunes into a higher energy, it tends to reject what doesn't contribute to that vibration. This is why many people, when they enter into deep processes of self-knowledge and spiritual growth, begin to crave lighter, more natural and nutritious foods. It's as if the body itself asks for what is more in line with the new phase you are experiencing. In some cases, weight gain or loss can happen for no apparent reason. This adjustment may be the body's way of dealing with internal energy expansion. Gaining weight may represent an unconscious need to create a layer of protection, a shield against the new energies and sensitivities that arise. Losing weight, on the other hand, may indicate that the body is letting go of what is no longer useful, either physically or energetically. In both cases, the body is working to stabilize itself and find a new harmony. These changes in eating habits can also be accompanied by an increase or decrease in the need for rest and physical activity. Sometimes the body feels extra energy and asks for movement, activities that release this force, such as walking outdoors, practicing yoga, or dancing. At other times, it feels a deep need to rest, to calm down and respect its internal rhythm. It's as if the body is trying to find its own balance between spiritual energy and physical vitality, readjusting the way it looks after itself and what it really needs. By observing these changes carefully, you begin to realize that they are not mere whims of the body, but a response to your process of spiritual expansion. Accepting and flowing with these transformations is a way of honoring your journey, of allowing the body to walk alongside the spirit, adapting as necessary. And as these sensations become part of your daily life, new insights into the impact of this growth can emerge in other areas. Sleep is a gateway to rest, but also to healing and regeneration. When we enter a phase of spiritual growth, the need for sleep can increase, or rest can become fragmented and at times even strange. Many people who are in the process of awakening report unexplained tiredness, as if all their energy were being drained. This phenomenon is not uncommon and has a profound reason. As the spirit expands, the body expends energy to keep up with this evolution. During sleep, we go through moments of restoration that allow the body to process the energetic changes we experience on a daily basis. However, when we are awakening spiritually, this process can intensify. and our body requires even more rest time to adapt. This means that the feeling of tiredness is not necessarily a sign of weakness, but rather a natural consequence of all the internal work that is going on. It's as if each night is a phase of adjustment, and the body and mind need extra time to reorganize. In some cases, sleep can become agitated, with vivid dreams and even experiences that seem more real than everyday life itself. This is because, by expanding consciousness, we access new levels of the unconscious and the soul, which is reflected in deeper and more revealing dreams. These dreams can bring messages, reflections, or even bring back memories of other lives or lessons that we need to absorb. Even if you don't remember all the details, you can feel the impact of these dreams when you wake up, such as a slight exhaustion or a feeling of having experienced something intense. There is also the phenomenon of waking up repeatedly in the early hours of the morning, especially between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. This time, which many spiritual traditions call spiritual hour or soul hour, is a period when the mind is more receptive and the connection with our inner being becomes clearer. Waking up at this time for no apparent reason can be a sign that the spirit wants to communicate something, that there is a call for reflection, or that you are going through an intense energetic adjustment. If this happens, try to welcome the moment instead of fighting it. Breathe deeply, stay calm, and if you can, take the opportunity to meditate or simply listen to the silence. This process of sleep adjustments and the tiredness that comes with it are actually invitations to respect your internal rhythm and trust the body's wisdom. Each awakening, each moment of tiredness, is a way of aligning your energy with the new level of consciousness that is emerging. And while your body adapts, other transformations begin to manifest in subtle but powerful ways. During spiritual growth, our way of expressing ourselves also undergoes a transformation. The voice, which was once just an instrument of communication, begins to resonate with a new depth, carrying the intentions of the soul. Perhaps you've noticed that your speech has become calmer, more measured, and that your words have begun to take on a greater weight, a presence that didn't exist before. This change is not just a question of tone or volume, but a reflection of the inner alignment you are building. It's common that, in this process, you feel the need to express only what really matters, letting go of superficialities. Spiritual awakening brings a clarity that leads you to avoid empty or purposeless speech. The very act of speaking becomes a more conscious choice, and the words come out with more intention and meaning. Often you may even realize that you don't need to say anything, that silence can also be a powerful expression. This is because silence begins to carry new wisdom, and its presence alone communicates what your heart wants to convey. Another interesting point is that your voice can begin to resonate in a way that touches the people around you in a different way. The energy you emit when you speak becomes more enveloping, more welcoming, and people feel this difference even if they can't explain why. It's as if your voice now has the power to calm, inspire, or bring comfort. This magnetism in communication is a manifestation of your spirit expressing itself through you, allowing your purpose, your truths, and your love to flow through your words. This new way of communicating makes room for true and deep connections to happen. Over time, you may notice that the need to use your voice to impose yourself or to convince others dissipates. The urgency to be understood turns into a silent confidence, where you only speak what is in line with your inner truth. Speech becomes a mirror of the serenity you find within yourself. Even in situations that require firmness, you feel you don't need to raise your tone or force your presence, because your truth lies in the frequency of what you emanate, rather than in the words themselves. So, as your voice and expression transform, communication becomes an almost sacred act, an extension of your soul. And it is in this flow, where words become more meaningful and silence more respected, that your body also begins to reflect this inner peace in other forms. When spiritual awakening begins to bring inner harmony, the body reflects this change in subtle but powerful ways, especially in the face. The smile, for example, takes on a new quality. It becomes more sincere, more serene, as if coming from a place of deep peace. Have you noticed that when you smile now, It's not just the movement of your lips that changes, but that there's a greater lightness to your face. This smile is an authentic expression of the transformation that is taking place within you. This new serenity extends to your facial expressions. Before, anxiety, fear, or haste might have manifested themselves visibly. Small tensions in the face, an expression of worry or concern. With spiritual growth, these marks tend to soften. The face becomes more relaxed, as if the muscles were also freeing themselves from old burdens. This is one of the most beautiful and natural effects of awakening. Negative emotions no longer dominate facial expressions, and peace is reflected in every gesture and look. Another interesting detail is that people around you begin to notice this transformation. They may comment that you look calmer, or that your presence is more welcoming. This new softness in your face doesn't go unnoticed, because the energy you carry is directly reflected in your expression. Without having to say anything, you convey a sense of balance and security that can even help others feel more at ease around you. This subtle but powerful change makes you a presence that inspires trust and respect. With this new glow, smiling is no longer just an expression of momentary joy. It becomes a reflection of the peace that spiritual awakening brings, as if each smile were a silent confirmation of your alignment with your own essence. And by expressing yourself in a lighter way, you also notice that the need to hide feelings diminishes. Transparency in your emotions becomes part of who you are, and your face reveals an authenticity that further strengthens your path of evolution. This change then transcends appearance and begins to reflect the state of your soul, which seeks and cultivates a space of peace and serenity. And as you feel this way inside, you realize that there is an energy that begins to emanate beyond your body, like a subtle vibration that fills the space around you. As spiritual awakening deepens, many people feel something that goes beyond their physical appearance, a kind of expansion, as if their body took up more space without actually changing. Have you ever experienced this feeling of growth, a perception that something in you is expanding, going beyond the limits of the physical body? This phenomenon is more common than you might think in the process of spiritual evolution. It indicates that your energy field, the aura that surrounds your being, is strengthening and expanding to embrace the new vibration you are tuning into. This expansion of the energy field can be felt in various ways. At times, you may feel a slight tingling around your body, like a sort of cocoon of energy that surrounds and protects you. At other times, it's a subtle presence, a slight pressure or warmth that you feel when you hold out your hands, as if there is something around you that responds to your touch. This energy field is a manifestation of your essence vibrating at a higher frequency, resonating with the awakening of your spirit and bringing a new layer of protection and sensitivity. Many people, when they experience this expansion, notice that they become more sensitive to their surroundings and to other people's energies. It's as if your aura now acts as a filter, allowing you to perceive external energies without mixing with them. This perception increases your ability to connect with your surroundings consciously, feeling the vibe of a place before entering or intuitively recognizing the energy of those around you. This sensitivity can be a blessing, as it strengthens your intuition and allows you to be guided by the energies more safely. Another important aspect of this energetic growth is the feeling that you carry with you an inner peace, which radiates out and positively affects others. Your vibrational field naturally expands, and even without realizing it, you become a point of balance and harmony for those around you. People can begin to feel comfort in your presence without knowing exactly why. This impact you make is a sign that your energetic expansion is already working to raise the energy of the environment, even in silence. In this way, spiritual awakening begins to manifest from the inside out, and the expansion of the energy field is one of the most subtle yet powerful proofs of this journey. As you grow spiritually and become more and more aligned with your essence, this feeling of expansion becomes part of your being, confirming that your spirit, body, and energy are truly integrated into one flow, ready to walk new paths with depth and purpose. These signs reveal that your spiritual journey is in full expansion. Every change, every transformation you experience is a reminder that your spirit is aligning with something much bigger. Don't ignore these signs. Welcome them as guides to your growth, your peace, and your purpose. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. If these words have touched your heart, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and share with those who are also looking for answers. Comment your experiences below, and together, let's strengthen this community of seekers. Thank you for being here and for allowing yourself to grow. Until the next awakening.